I have got to get back over to the neighbor's place because I've been mowing his 2 pastures. It's about 5 to 7 acres. I'm using the Kubota B2601 compact tractor with my 4-foot Bush Hog rotary cutter. And I did it a couple weeks ago, made a little video about it, but I didn't get back there to actually finish the job. So I've got to get back and do some of that today. And now that the weather has broken and it's less humid, it's a little cooler, I can get out there, and even if I do, a little bit each day rather than do the whole field. But I want to do that. I thought I'd show you today, though, that the Bush Hog rotary mower was one of the worst attachments to connect to the tractor. Initially, it was my rototiller, but then I got the quick hitch, and that made that easy. But the Bush Hog was not quick hitch compatible, so I had to take off the quick hitch and just use the 3-point hitch. And man, I struggled to get that thing on there time after time. So I put the Pat's quick hitch system, or quick connect system, on the 3-point hitch, and it has made it so much better. So let me just show you how easy it is to hook that Bush Hog up now, and then we'll mow a little bit. The first thing I have to do is drop this box blade off here. I've learned through experience that it's important to loosen the top link before you disconnect the attachment. The reason for that is that you may have to adjust the top link to fit the attachment that you're getting ready to attach. And I found that if I don't loosen this first, and if the top link is just hanging there loose, it's a pain in the neck to loosen this because you don't have anything to hold it. So by leaving it attached, you just crack that nut loose, and then if you need to adjust it, you can. If not, you just tighten it back up. So that is something that's easy to do, but a real headache if you don't. The Pat's system sure makes removing your lower lift arms very easily. You just release this latch, raise it up, and then that holds it up for you. And then this will drop right out. So I'll drop that down, and then you release the top link. And I don't even have to start the tractor for that. I can just lower it. And then when I move the tractor back and forth, those will just kind of drop out of place. You can see I had to adjust this just to get it off. So it paid to loosen it up before. I forgot I had that angled back so far when I was doing the driveway work. That's why I have to really adjust this a lot. There we go. So this time I'm not forgetting my water bottle like I did last time and got so overheated working. So now I've got this, thanks to my brother sent this to me. It's like a gallon, and it really keeps things cold, water basically, for a really long time. I wanted to show you this too. I love this thing. This is the work light from Big Tool Rack. It's obviously magnetic. I love to stick it up there on my ROPS, and it's got settings for lights here, which is great when you're working behind the tractor. There's a high beam and a low beam, but what I really like is putting it facing backward, and then when I do drive on the road, I put it in this blinking mode, and it's up above the 4-way flashes that are on the tractor itself, so a lot better visibility, and I love this thing. It's rechargeable, it's got a great magnet, and the charge lasts a really long time, so it's a pretty cool thing. I will say the Pat's system takes a little bit more effort to hook up than a quick hitch. Quick hitch has 3 stationary points. You just back up to the attachment, lift it up, it generally locks right in place. But again, this is not quick hitch compatible. I think you could adapt it and make it quick hitch compatible, but it's not. So the Pat system is a lot more forgiving. I've got the flail mower, for instance, which is not at all quick hitch compatible because it has the wrong width between the pins, and you can't do anything about that. So this is great for that because you can adjust the width. So you have to work with this a little bit more than a quick hitch, but it still is very nice. Now see, I've got those lined up. I can back up a little bit more, and hopefully it'll click right in place. Yeah, that's it. So the lift arms are in place. They dropped right into place, and then we move this lever over, lock that in. That'll keep that from coming out. There is this one proprietary part with the PAT system, and that is this special washer, which you just leave in place all the time, but it's designed, it's pretty clever. It's a washer that's bent over, has a hole in it, and the linchpin holds the washer in place, and then the washer gives an area here for this hitch to hit up against. And basically, you know, unless you had pins with ends on them, which they make, I think one of my other implements has the pins with the fatter ends, but if you need the washers, you have to use those. So they're not an off-the-shelf item. You have to get those through PAT. You may want to order some extras. I guess if you're super handy, you could manufacture these or fabricate these from big washers, but otherwise, again, they stay in place. And if you have enough, you just leave them on all the time. So that part tends to go pretty well, pretty easy. And then I hook up my drive shaft to my PTO, which is hit or miss how that's going to go. But that's just part of having a tractor. But this has this dumb connection where you have to pull back. So you're pulling and pushing at the same time, and it's just counterintuitive. Works well for taking off the drive shaft, but putting it on is really a pain. I've mentioned this before, but if you're not aware, if you have one of these compact tractors with a rear PTO and a mid PTO, and you have this set in rear PTO, you sometimes can't turn that PTO to line up your drive shaft. So if you put this in front or mid PTO only, and obviously have it turned off, then you can freely move the PTO on the back of the tractor. This one's tough. I mean, you can move it. It doesn't spin super easy, but you can grab it and move it. So if this is engaged in rear PTO, even if the PTO is disengaged, you cannot spin that. So move it up to mid PTO, and then you can rotate to line up. And then the last step is to connect this top link. And that is pretty easy. But again, see, I have to adjust this longer so it'll fit. So that's why it's important to loosen this up before removing it from the previous attachment. You just need 3 hands, that's all. That's all it takes. And with the rotary mower, you don't want to have this tight. You want to have this looser because that gives this room to move up and down. You want that rotary mower to kind of float behind you. So if that was tight, it wouldn't float. So just do that and then snug the jam nut up again it. That is it. We are ready to mow. So here's the field that I mowed a few weeks ago when I did the rotary mower comparison to the flail mower. And it's already growing up because we've had quite a bit of rain in the past few weeks. It was dry all summer, then the rain hit, and this is just all coming back. So here's the unmowed portion. And you know, we're not doing this to groom the field. The idea is to just whack this down. You've got a lot of these gum trees that are about 2 feet tall, 2.5 feet tall. So they come up all throughout the field. We've got a lot of multiflora rose bushes that are coming up, and they will take over a field in really a short time. So the idea is to come in here at least once a year and knock down all this growth to prevent any of that real heavy stuff from taking over. That's funny, I just recorded a couple clips talking to the camera, and I had it in time-lapse mode. So it's just me talking real fast with no audio. So I'm re-recording. I think what I said back there was how much I enjoy mowing. It's kind of a monotonous activity, but yet it takes some skill. So I don't know what it is about those type of activities, whether it's me or just human nature, but I like kind of monotonous, repetitive things. That's why I love running the wood chipper. It's very therapeutic, just feeding the wood chipper. I love mowing, just row after row. I don't know what it is. I like assembling things sort of in a mass production way. I don't know, maybe that's just me. The other thing I was talking about in time-lapse mode was our friend the donkey. Hey buddy, he ran away from me because I don't know if it was the camera or what, but he normally comes running right up and he's always happy to see me. Come here, buddy. Hey, donkey. What's happening? Come here, donkey. Oh, what are you doing? I missed you, man. Come on. Don't be that way. Don't be an ass. All right, he's kind of bugging me now because we were friends before, and you don't treat your friends this way. I'm gonna have to go in there and have a talking to with him. Hey, lammies, how you doing? This is Irma's family, by the way. This is where she came from. She was with this flock, and of course her mother died, and then we raised her. But this is her family. This is her flock before we became her flock. Come here, buddy. It's got to be the camera that's scaring them. It's usually the sheep that run away, and the donkey comes running up to me. I'm going to leave the camera here on the fence post and see if that makes a difference, because maybe he was afraid of the camera. Come here, donkey. Hey, donkey. Hey, donkey. Come here, buddy. Huh. There's something going on today. He's either spooked because I was holding that camera, or maybe he doesn't like my blue shirt. I don't know, because we've always gotten along splendid. But something about today, he's not coming near me. All right, donkey. Have it your way. You stay over there and I'll stay over here. I'm a little sad because he used to run up to me. See you, donkey? I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, donkey. You just stay out there with your sheep friends, and I'll just go back to work all by myself. Donkey. Well, man, I had a fun day today. I sure hope you did too. Can't thank you enough for being here, watching these videos, coming back time after time. I really just can't express how much it means to me. As I always say though, if you did like this video, if you click that thumbs up or that like button, I do appreciate it. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I certainly hope you'll consider joining us. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.